I'm an opera singer that happens to be trans, and it's just been quite of an intense journey. I've been beaten up in bars. I was raped in an alley. This is the stuff that we have to go through and maneuver in this world. I could sing baritone, tenor, alto, and soprano. But because I went to a series of art schools, my teacher kind of focused me on singing tenor. And I always felt uncomfortable because most of the time I feel like tenor roles that has this misogynistic kind of viewpoint to it. And for me, I felt that it didn't match. My final year at CalArts, I told my teachers, I said, look, I can't sing tenor anymore. I want to sing soprano. She kind of looked at me as if like, you think you can do this at the end of your schooling and change voice types? And I said, yes, I can do it. I knew in my heart that this was the right voice type for me to sing in. People don't understand that the issue that I was dealing with was a gender issue, and it wasn't dealing with my sexuality. It wasn't dealing with me being gay. It was mostly dealing with who I was and that my body was not matching. And I dealt with a very abusive father, and also religion was such a huge part of our family. My family did not agree with me, I guess, exploring my femininity. He did not like the fact that I was feminine and I expressed these feminine traits. And so he would beat me a lot, and it was really difficult, And I remember when I got my first prescription for my hormones, we were dancing in the parking lot because, this was like the first step of my journey. I saved up money to go to New York for the summer to study with a coach. I was staying with a friend of mine. She came up to me and she's like, you can't be here. And I'm like, why? She said, well, because my roommate doesn't approve. And I was living with her and a heterosexual male. So literally I was living on the street for a couple of months. And I slept in Central Park. I went to like 24-hour cafes. I've been beaten up in bars. I was raped in an alley. So there were certain events that happened in New York City that really, it was reality. And I think, when you see those realities and know that as a trans person, this is the stuff that we have to go through and maneuver in this world, it was, for me, I don't even want to transition anymore if this is what I have to go through. I met this guy while I was walking in Chelsea, and he looked at me and he was like, I don't know, you look like an artist or something. And so I told him, my story and that I was studying music there and that I needed a way back, to finish my degree at CalArts. And he said to me, he was like, I feel like there's something special here. So he took out his checkbook, wrote me a check so that I can take a plane straight back to CalArts. And he said to me specifically when he wrote me the check, he said, when you graduate, I want you to text me your degree and let me know that you graduated. That's all I want from you. Now that I am singing in my authentic self, I'm able to sing with freedom. Now I can actually share it as a woman, and I don't try to consider myself as a trans woman, but just as a woman, as a human being. I'm a human being that has worked very hard on my craft. I just hope that, not just my voice will open doors for other African American trans singers, but also that we need to understand that, as a community, we have to stick together. And I feel like now as the LGBT community, we are really embracing who we are and growing, but we have to grow together. We have to grow as a community.